Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Ceado and the single dose ring insert that I had purchased from Whole Latte Love. I'm going to pull the machine apart, show you what the ring looks like, and then we're going to measure how much grounds are still within the machine. That way you have an idea of what kind of ground retention there is, and then I'll give you guys a couple points about what it's like to dial the machine in now after the insert versus what it was like prior to that. Alright, stay tuned and let's check it out. Alright, so here's the machine. I haven't actually taken the machine apart since I put in the single dose insert, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how much retention there is. From experience, I know that there has been a ton of retention without it, and actually the space that the insert fills is where there would be a whole lot of ground stuck in it. I guess I can introduce you to Maverick. Maverick!
Who's that? Hey buddy! Ooh.
This is our new pup. He's just 4 months old. His name is Maverick, so he's going to be joining us on some of our videos. Yeah, he's a really great boy. We should have probably named him Coffee. That would have been a good idea, hey? Alright, let's get to it. So the only modification that I made to this Ceado was that I shaved off a little ledge that was kind of right here, probably hard to see, right in there. You can kind of see it shaved off, and that would have actually prevented me from twisting the whole top with the brass adjustment screw here. So I actually, every single time I'd have to pull these screws out and then independently take this off, otherwise it would get kind of caught on this little guy here. So I shaved that off. Now I don't have to take these two things apart, and I can just unscrew it fully. So this is kind of what it looks like so far inside. So pulling this out, okay, and you can kind of start seeing, so there's what as far as retention there is here. So this is it so far, and this is the spring that kind of goes inside the Ceado. It has this kind of wave to it, part of their kind of technology, I guess. And the insert is right here. So let's see if we can pull this guy out. So that is the insert. You can see it kind of has a little bit of retention, but for the most part, pretty good fit. And this is kind of what that insert looks like. Now this, I think they must have, I don't know if they 3D printed this or what, but this was actually really expensive. And to be completely honest, I thought it was going to be metal. Online it looked like it was metal. This is definitely plastic. So really expensive piece for what it is, to be honest. Where this piece would have been an entire ring of grounds. And so if you would hit it from, if you kind of almost like single dosed it from the top or tapped it down, all of that would fall through and then get spit out the funnel. So there's the chute, and this is kind of another, I guess, issue area for this grinder, but you can see how it kind of gets clogged up. And when I clear that, you'll have a better idea of what I mean. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to actually unscrew the front face here, and I'll show you where I kind of tapped most of it out, but I'll show you how some of these grounds get stuck. There's a little bit of like a declumper in here that helps with obviously declumping, but the problem with it, and I've modified it a little bit based on kind of some of the stuff that I read online, the problem with it is that it kind of retains some of your grounds. So there isn't a really great way. Let me see if I can wiggle this guy. Oh, there's a couple more screws down here, that's right. And I'll show you guys what I mean. But obviously there's quite a lot of grounds that still are being retained, so you can only imagine what it was like prior and why this machine is an absolute nightmare to dial in kind of out of the box. Okay. So here's that declumper. I've obviously made a bit of a cut in it, which helps with some of the grounds to be passed through. But you can see how much, let's see if I can get this thing into a little bit better focus. You can see how much grounds are still retained here. So I'll just brush that off. I'll brush all of this off. We'll just include every speck of grounds that could be retained. And then you can see a little bit of retention in the chute. So we'll brush that off and then we'll calculate how much is actually retained. So there you go, 4.1 grams. It's pretty clean in there. Like, there's still a little bit of grounds probably we could get out, but that's a whole lot better than initially. So yeah, there you go. There's the ring. Is it gonna fix all of the zero retention or make it a zero retention grinder? Absolutely not. Does it absolutely make a difference as far as dialing in your espresso? 1000%. Majority of the grounds that still remain are mainly just in the chute here. So if this chute, for example, was maybe a little bit steeper in future models, that would be probably a better bet. And then figuring out some kind of declumper which doesn't block grounds from coming through would be another bet. So I think this time around I might actually just see how the grinder operates without the declumper, and then I'll kind of update you guys with how that goes. Alright, so what I thought I'd do is just show you now that the grinder is fully clean what kind of retention there is. So we're gonna put in about 17 grams. Now the expected here is going to be 4 less, so we're looking at for 13. So let's pop this guy in. Just close that off. Let's power this baby on. And then I'm going to do my best to kind of, hopefully you'll be able to see this. Ready? Not a fantastic view, but I'll show you what the grounds look like right after this is done grounding. Okay, let's just hit this once more just to see if whatever's left comes out. Sounds like it's done. Okay, let's put her back on here. So yeah, pretty close. So we're looking at, you know, more or less 3 to 4 grams of retention. And then the grounds, this is without that declumper. So I'm just gonna pull this guy off and you can kind of see what they're like. So not bad, like all things considered. Very fluffy. So one other thing that I maybe wanted to kind of highlight is, you know, where is that 2.3 grams, majority of it hiding? There looks like there's a fair amount of like strays over here. I'm gonna lift this guy up. For the most part, this looks pretty clean. Okay. And then, kind of as expected, that chute is the bit that's kind of holding in majority of that stuff. And then we're going to just tap the top here. Hopefully nothing spills. This would be whatever, look at all those grounds in there. Holy smokes. So this should be, there you go. So that is 1.8 grams just stuck in the chute. Let's see if we can just dump these grounds in. We had 17 in the beginning. See if we can just dump this in. What are we left with? Yeah, so you know, it retained, and there's a little bit stuck in here still. It retained, you know, this is 16.4, so about half a gram. There's still a little bit of retention here and there, but I bet you a baffle would, you know, really do the trick. That's with the insert ring and the declumper removed. All right, so hope that helps. Like, comment, and subscribe, and then let me know what you think. Is there a better option? What do you recommend? I want to know about it. Give me the details in the comment section. Cheers.